I am able to promise what Godwin will do, not in the way that a witch doctor prescribed tomorrow, because I have worked with Godwin. This man has spent years of his productive time thinking, planning, creating, strategizing, and together working to give meaning to governance and to redefine governance for the good of our people.
You know, ever since for the past years, the Edo State Stadium has been in a bad shape. But since Obaseki came in for these past 3 years and some months, he has done a great job. In fact, the stadium is in a new form, and I don't call it a renovated stadium. I call it a brand new stadium. You know.
Obaseki has spoken. You can feel the difference when a man is speaking from the depth of his heart, focusing on jobs, focusing on wealth creation, focusing on entrepreneurship, focusing on women as the real guys servicing the commercial heart of our great state, and recognizing that fighting poverty means empowering the youth, equipping the youth, giving them skills, and attracting investors to bring their money here. We have the land, we have the people, we have the creative minds, so that we can create wealth and consign poverty to history.
You don't have to all have degrees or certificates, but just let us know who you are, where you live, what you have done. If you have not done anything, what your passion is. Hopefully, realistic passion. And when the opportunities come, we go there and we search. And it's from there we pull people and introduce them to the opportunities.
Restoring integrity to public education, giving meaning to free basic education, ensuring that the child of the poor attend a school that is as attractive as the child of the rich.
We have trained 7,000 teachers, and we're training more. And all our basic schools will be enrolled under the Edo Best program.
We need at this hour, when there is no ready oil money, a man who can think, a man who is committed, a man who is resourceful, a man who is intelligent, and a man who will put Edo State first. And with an intelligent, creative, resourceful governor in the person of Godwin Obaseki, supported by a young man who has led Nigerian youth at the level of NANS. These two, one rich in economics, in wealth creation, in entrepreneurship, supporting small businesses. This one, rugged, dogged, understanding the language of the youth, working together. I am confident you will say in the near future, this one, as we see him, the pillar say, now be the greatest.
Vote Godwin Obaseki and Philip Swaibu. Vote PDP. PDP. Power to the people.
Signed by all the world leaders. So where has the governor gone wrong? These are the questions I'm asking, because this is democracy we want. We want democracy. We have finally found democracy. And we found somebody who is well trained, very civil. What is the essence of democracy? It's not about development and empowering the youth and improving the quality of life. Look at World Bank data. Look at IMF data on poverty in Nigeria. Almost 90 million people are poor, living on less than $1 a day. And government said, guys, let us industrialize the state. Let us have less and less people depending on government handout. Let us make our people prosper. People go to church to pray for prosperity. And the governor is saying, let us make our people prosper. Let's bring in investors. And it's been for the last 6 months, government has been distracted as a result of the inordinate ambition of a few people. On my own, I have opened channel of communication to a few of them, and they are aware. I've been talking to them. Guys, let us not destroy the house that we have built. I am in touch with almost all of them, privately, unofficially, and financially, and officially. Let us come together. We have been working together in the last 10 years. What has gone wrong that we cannot resolve? We are in APC. We are in charge of APC in Edo State. The governor has not left APC. We are in charge of the party structure. Those people who are making noise, they are not in charge of the party. And all the things that the governor is doing is in line with his manifesto to create 200,000 jobs, to bring prosperity. And this is something that the party should be proud of. Why did we vote out PDP in 2015? Was it not because of poverty, because of corruption, and because of other ailments that the society has suffered for? And you found a governor who is here to actually sustain the narrative of change. Carrying out taxation reform, carrying out so many reforms. Look at the civil service building that we have built. Look at the reforms we are carrying out among youth engagement, around agriculture, open government.
There's the accusation of lack of continuity.
There's continuity everywhere. Where is no? Was the governor not given an award by Nigerian Union of Teachers recently? It's as a result of the fact that we continue from where the former government stopped, which we were part of. The former government built structures, but now we are building the human capacity in the schools. We are training teachers. That was not the priority of the former government. The former government was to make sure that the roofs are no longer leaking, to make sure that there are tables and chairs. But of course, we have to move, we have to progress. We have to now train the human beings that are teaching the students, and we are committing a lot of resources into building the capacity of teachers. Teachers before now were not able to speak good English. We have that video where that woman could not read affidavit. But today you are training them on basic things of life. Is that not continuity? In addition to the infrastructure element. There's no ward in Edo State today where there's no SSA or there's no SA. There's no ward. Every ward in Edo State has an SA representing that ward in the governor's cabinet. In the previous government, it was not like that. We had SSAs, but they were not representing ward. How democratic can a government be? We have commissioners representing all the local governments. In the previous government, we had people from outside the state that work with the government, and we hail them. But today, just 1 or 2 people who are working in this government, they said the government is going to bring people from Lagos. Who are the people from Lagos? I want to know. I want to know the people that the government brought from Lagos. We had commissioners in the government, the previous government, which was that were not from Edo State. But there's no commissioner in Edo State now that in this present government that is not from Edo State. All the commissioners are from Edo State. But in the previous government, we had commissioners that were not from Edo State, and nobody criticized. We have PS. And many others, SSS on students. So many people were not from Edo, and we all work together as a team because Nigeria is Nigeria, and there are people from Edo State who are serving in other states. Did they pursue them because they are from Edo State? They are there and comfortable. So how come we can also accommodate our people? So it's not the first time. But I am even saying, who are the people? I want them to name the people who are not from Edo State that were working in this government. If you mention 1 person in this government, I will mention 3 in the previous government. And we work harmoniously together. See, nobody has monopoly of violence. The governor is quiet. gentleman, civil, and we are all supporting him to be civil. But some of us, we have activist background. We have suffered. I suffered in the military, in the hands of the military. It was the Vice Chancellor of University of Benin that personally came to bail me out of Oko prison in 1996, in the height of military dictatorship, when the Abacha insisted that they should bring us to Abuja for underground cell detention. The Vice Chancellor said, "Cry no, that the school will be ungovernable." How many of them now, parading themselves as politicians, were able to come out to fight the military? So for me, I don't see what the governor has done wrong. The governor is advancing democracy in Edo State. He's entrenching democratic principles and values. He's blending investment with politics and everything and governance. And yet, we say continuity. There are certain things that were not good in the previous government that we cannot continue. The good ones will continue. We will continue. Isaac Kadaka Boro and others in South Africa.
In the past, just like many states in Nigeria, Edo State suffered from a lengthy period of visionless leadership. The result was a systematic decay of the state's institutions, eating deep into the socio-economic fabric of virtually every community within the state. Recognizing that infrastructural and economic reforms are only successful if driven by dedicated, skilled, and well-motivated workforce, His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki began a brilliant improvement of the working systems within the state. This bold program of recovery has encompassed not just the refurbishment of physical structures, but also the enhancement of the human capacity required to sustain the reforms for generations to come.
The agricultural sector in Edo State is one that has evolved over time. When we came into office, we thought to be wise for us to actually sit down and understand the challenges that have been in the sector, but also prefer proper solutions. And we noticed people of Edo State actually saw agric as a mere venture. When I mean venture, the old way our aged parents would see it, which is just the subsistence farming. And for us to actually move on, we thought it would be wise to have a different plan and a different approach to it. So we came up with a two clear-cut plan, which is the short term and the long term. The short term plan was that which we intend to guarantee food security post and during COVID-19, guarantee production, stimulate the economy, and also. So we came up with two major approach towards that. One which is the agripreneurial program, and the other which is the IFI program, the Independent Farmers Initiative. Now for the agripreneurial program, we thought it was wise to get entrepreneurs from the agri business. So we actually sought a loan from the CBN to the tune of 5 billion, which is under the Commercial Agri Credit Scheme. What that loan does is cluster our farmers. We pick our smallholder farmers because they form an integral part of the agri sector. In fact, 80% of them actually never went beyond subsistence farming. So when we cluster them, we put them in a group where we take them through trainings. They are thereby given these loans. Now this loan is given to them in form of inputs. An account is opened for them and a lien is placed in the account. When they want to procure their inputs, we open the account, the inputs are being procured. Now the beauty of this also, we also have NISA in the plan that helps to direct the agricultural sector, so they don't have to worry about anything. All they just do is to just avail themselves for this farming as a cluster, as a group, as a cooperative, and they are part of it. Now when the farms are ready, when their products are ready as well, we come with an off-taker who off-takes all these products from them and it's ready for the markets. So the other plan is the IFI. The IFI was actually developed by His Excellency the Executive Governor, because when COVID came about, we thought it was very important that we guarantee food security during and post-COVID. So we made it seamless for our farmers. We just put it out that if you have access to land, you qualify for the program. So what we do also, government actually built warehouses in the 3 senatorial districts, and we made procurement of input to the tune of 600-700 million, and the input were stored in that houses. So what our farmers will just come, we'll give them these inputs. Now their names are taken, their account details are taken. At the point of collection, they don't pay a dime. But when the input is given to them, we calculate the total sum and it's stored in a place. So during harvest time, as a government, we also go to them. We have our extension officers who go around to sit with them, make sure their farms are well designed, trained, and the farmers are well tutored. Then these inputs are harvested. Again, we also put off-takers in the line to off-take all these products. And when they are bought, a little token that which we gave them during the point of collection is deducted from the account and the rest is theirs. They will have that money to actually do more return on investment, to actually plow more back into their farms. Because if we do all this and we don't train for sustainability, to also be efforts in futility. So recently, if you notice, we also did the groundbreaking ceremony for the College of Agric Igoriaki. The essence of that is to train the desired manpower that will actually run the agricultural sector. So we have actually invested a lot in agriculture. We believe Agric is the new boss. We believe Agric is the new level. We are doing all we can to see that our people actually get this all these programs we are doing. Now, also speaking about how Agric, we're trying to use Agric to help our youths, because we also understand that as a youth, they form a bulk of our population. The youth contributes to 60% of our population. So we actually designed a framework. Now, recently, we understand that a lot of our youth actually traveled out to Libya. Mr. Governor reached out to them and told them to come back, and we set them up through the CACS program. We clustered 50 Libya returnees. They are currently at the ADP. We asked them what they wanted to do. They said they would like to do fish farming. We put them in the program, and after the first farming cycle, their harvest was bumper, and Mr. Governor was very impressed, and he gave another order for us to cluster another set, which we are currently doing. So these are some of the programs we have.
Edo State is now a reference point for education. Edo Best is working.
Sport revival, Edo Sport is international.
Edo is now an investment hub in Nigeria. Edo is growing.
Massive infrastructural development. Edo is standard.
Major agricultural development. Edo is growing.
Safe healthcare system. Edo cares.
Good roads everywhere. Edo is developing.
With Obaseki, Shaibu, Edo is working.
Vote Obaseki Shaibu
for continuity. GOSG. Now go. Vote PDP. Vote Umbrella.
I believe, Pastor, you will dedicate yourself. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Now join me, oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
This afternoon,
I
have come here. To apologize.
What has happened today by the Comrade Governor is quite unfortunate.
So, Comrade Adam Soshamale, if you can react to some of the things we said then and what has changed now, and whether or not what the people of Edo State should believe in what you tell them.
Oh man, where can I go? Emma, the bad way we can not have you. Ni mawa begi na go wangwina. Mi are you boy your petty? Ma we marry you boy petty.
Obaseki na umbrella. Obaseki na PDP.
My Edo people, election don't near finish. So make I yarn you how we go take waka on 19th of September. INEC don't talk say them go ready to start the voting around 8:30 a.m. sharp. So ready yourself to waka go your polling unit. But remember say COVID-19 still in Nigeria. So I beg wear your face mask and ready to social distance yourself for line. Not forget your PVCO. Now the instrument where we could take bury Agbero, corruption and godfatherism for Edo forever and ever. Waka go your polling unit make you stand up for line. Them INEC people go check you, give you paper when you go press your hand to vote Godwin Obaseki. I beg remember say Godwin Obaseki na umbrella. Umbrella na Godwin Obaseki. Take your number one finger, press am for inside the ink, then press am inside the box wey dey near the umbrella. I beg go, not press that finger anyhow. Now softly you go take press am, make your vote count for Godwin Obaseki. Carry the paper, put am for inside box, then jejely comot for where them the vote, make other people fit do their own. But not leave your polling unit just give plenty distance. After them finish, them go begin to count all the votes. Make sure say you dey there. They use your eye take monitor to make sure say no wuru or mago enter before them announce results for that polling unit. If you see any wuru, abeg carry your phone, snap and picture or record video. Now like this, we go take vote our vacancy Governor Godwin Obaseki. Make he still dey do the better work when him don already start. Now the umbrella go make sure say me and you use our power to take comot Agbero, CDA boys, godfatherism, poverty and insecurity from Edo State. Obaseki, carry go.
Obaseki na umbrella. Obaseki na PDP. Na PDP we dey. Obaseki no.
See them coming. See them coming.
Ewo! They don't come again, oh. Politicians with different faces. Che, this one fear me, oh. It's supposed to fear you too, oh. Deceit and confusion. We don't even know who or waiting them be. Ewo! Third-term agenda. Agbero government. Different personality for day and another for night. Talk from different side of mouth. That one fear also. We cannot go back to Egypt. Edo must move forward with digital governor Godwin Obaseki and him deputy Philip Shaibu with their wonderful work all over Edo State. Infrastructural development, empowerment and employment, workers and pensioners welfare. How many we go fit talk? We say no to godfathers, no to lions and tigers. We say yes to Obaseki and Shaibu good governance. And we all must vote for continuity. Vote for PDP with umbrella symbol on September 19. Vote for PDP now. Vote for Obaseki and Shaibu. PDP, power to the people.
My name is Amin Amausa, a coach in Edo State Sports Commission. Take a look at the rebuilt Samuel Okpemudia Stadium and you will see that there is a radical shift from the tradition of the past where government intervention was cosmetic. I am overwhelmed by the drastic transformation of this sports arena to an international stadium with state-of-the-art Olympic standard facilities. This new edifice has greatly motivated we the coaches and athletes in the Sports Commission. With this radical transformation in the sports sector, it is clear why the federal government picked Edo to host the National Sports Festival with several other international sports activities lined up.
Whoever thinks says Samuel Okpemudia Stadium go better like this na another Obaseki wonder. I bet make una clap for our wait and see governor, Godwin Obaseki o.
Edo State is transforming. It is getting brighter and brighter every day. The state that was known a few years ago as a haven for touts with a chaotic city center is now serene, conducive for families and businesses to thrive. This is as a result of the visionary leadership of Mr. Godwin Obaseki, the executive governor of the state. Prior to being elected, he promised the people of the state that they will see accelerated development and the implementation of people-oriented policies. The vision of his administration is to develop a modern and progressive Edo State where every citizen is empowered with opportunity to live life in its fullness. This is further driven by a mission to achieve sustainable and inclusive prosperity anchored on accountable governance, efficient service delivery, and social justice for all the people. To actualize this, 6 thematic pillars were created: institutional reform, economic revolution, culture and tourism, infrastructural development, environmental sustainability, and social welfare enhancement.
The Obaseki administration is built on 6 thematic pillars. We have the institutional reforms, which to me is the actual starting point, because if you don't get it right with your institutions, you're going to have problems across the board. So it was a very deliberate effort on the part of this government to begin reforms from our institutions. There was the strategy dialogue, there was the different workshops across MDAs, and several other retreats, just to make sure that the executives of this government were well informed about the direction of the government.
Of the entire Edo.
With the visionary leadership of Godwin Obaseki, Edo State has been positioned as one of the most investor-friendly states in Nigeria. The people of the state are rejoicing.
My name is Eseosa Igaro. I am a pupil of Adeusua Primary School in Benin City. Anytime I am going to school, I am full of excitement. I am excited because of the beauty of my school. Our classrooms are well furnished, and of course our teachers teach us very well. Our teachers with new techniques and electronic devices have made learning very easy and fast. I cannot wait to be in school again tomorrow.
Listen to this. On the 5th of October 2019, thousands of teachers gathered at the Eagle Square, Abuja to honor Governor Godwin Obaseki as their best performing governor. This is because Governor Obaseki's far-reaching and redemptive measures have created the right environment with the introduction of Edo Basic Education Sector Transformation, Edo Best Program. Under the Edo Best Program, 11,300 teachers have been trained in ICT. 11,300 tabs have been distributed, 891 schools have been covered, 269,000 pupils are benefiting from Edo Best. Liberia, Rwanda, Sierra Leone have visited to adopt the model, while states in Nigeria, including Lagos, have also visited and are said to adopt the model. Pupils learn 3 times more of what they used to learn. Edo teachers are the 3rd group of workers in the world to work with Facebook Workspace. 1,200,000 instructional materials have been distributed, and there is community ownership of schools. Governor Obaseki is changing the people's socio-economic destinies with robust basic education in Edo State.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Maris Osaige. I'm calling in from Edo GIS. Please, am I on to Mr. Osaze Odiaisi?
Yes.
Please, sir, for clarification purpose, what's your middle name?
Friday.
Okay. So I'm to inform you that the cell phone is ready for pickup.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Alright, have a nice day.
World-class customer service, reliable just partial information, reduced cost and collection time of certificates of occupancy. This is Edo GIS. The Edo State Geographic Information Service was set up on the 1st of August 2017 by Governor Godwin Obaseki as a successor government agency to the erstwhile Ministry of Lands and Survey, charged with the responsibility of land administration, registration, geomapping and survey, and deploys a fully automated system to collect, collate, verify and digitize all just partial data. So, how exactly has the process changed so far?
In obtaining your certificate of occupancy, the first port of call is the help desk when you enter through the door, where you meet a representative that asks you questions like what you've come to do. They give you a form, you fill the form, and they key into the computer. And when she's clear that you've come to obtain the certificate of occupancy, she then directs you to the customer service.
When they call me, the first question we'll ask them is to know what kind of application they are here to put in. When we are informed about the application, then we request for the document, the survey plan, the deed of transfer, ID card, utility bill. When we check all these documents and all of these documents are available, we also check the history of the transaction, starting from the root title to know whether the person bought from the community directly or bought for somebody who bought from the community. After all the registration, we generate an acknowledgement letter which shows that the applicant has been to Edogis to register his property. Then we generate a file number which is unique to every applicant. An applicant can easily come and give us that file number for us to check the status of his application. After all of this, we put all the documents together and send to the archive unit where they do the jacketing and filing.
I have not worked in Edo Best all my life. I actually came into the public service October 2017 when I saw an advert in the newspaper. I applied as a co-curricular officer and I came in, I wrote the computer-based exam. I scored 75%. That earned me the job after the oral interview. And after the Edo Best training in April, I did an internal reapplication to become a learning and development officer because I love teaching. I have passion for teaching because I've taught for 17 years. And after applying for the learning and development officer's position, I joined other persons who applied to write the exam. I had a very high score of 83%. 75% was the cutoff mark. That automatically earned me the position of the learning and development officer's coordinator. So I had to coordinate every other person in the field. All the learning and development officers, 85 of them in the 18 local government area in Edo State. They go into the schools every day to ensure that the teachers are on task, because we found out that the 2 weeks training that each teacher got is not enough to internalize what they have learned. So what we have to do is to ensure that we go every day to observe the teacher and keep giving them feedback to help them improve on the training that they got, so that they can be better in their profession and enhance their skills. My name is Folashade Helen Franklin Osakwe. Presently, I'm the academic coordinator, Edo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBED.